And I'm going to show you how do you know what side goes where? And sometimes some kids tell me, ma'am, I don't know if it goes on the left side or if it goes on the right side. The truth is, what's a more important question is who goes with who? Look at your worksheet. What's the first thing they're giving to you? Every time I have a word problem, I like to write all over the word problem. That way you can't go wrong. Okay, get off the phones. Jose, get off the phone now. The 18 molarity, this is a molarity. Okay, what's my next number? And that's volume. The 250, right, is volume. What else are they giving you? Okay, and this is a molarity, right? So the important thing here is, how do I know which one's my M1 and my V1 and which one is my M2 and my V2, right? Look at that little word in here, of. You see that of right there? That connects the 250 with a 6 molar. They have to be on the same side. Now, does it matter what side they're on? No, you can put it on the left side or on the right side. So do we want to make them our 1s or our 2s?
Wait, Miss, explain that again?
You see that little word of?
Yes.
Right here? That connects the 250 with the 6 molars.
So they're in the same, like...
They're on the same side. That's going to be that part of the solution.
They're both going to be on top and they're both going to be on bottom.
There's nothing on top or the bottom. They're side to side. We see that?
Oh, so the M on the very left, that's a 6.0, right?
You can make it on the 6.0 if you want to. Okay, so let's put the 6 and the 250. They have to be on the same side. So this can be the M1. And the 250 milliliters can be your V1. But they have to be on the same side. You see that? And then the other one that's by itself can be your M2.
If the of connects them, they're either going to be the 1 or the 2. But they're both going to be...
They're going to be on the same side. Okay, did everyone see that? You see how they're on the same side? Mijo, we need to get off the phone and look at what we're doing, okay? It doesn't matter whether the 6 molarity and the 250 are the M1 and V1 or if it's the M2 V2, as long as they're on the same side. Okay, now do we have an empty variable there that we can look for? You're just solving for x, right? Okay, so what are we going to divide by?
18.
The 18 molarity, very good. Because we want the V2 by itself, you divide by 18 molarity. That cancels that out. What you do to one side, you must do to the other side. Very good. Okay, so 6 times 250 equals, and then you're going to divide by 18.
Shit.
Hey, watch the words.
1,500.
1,500.
1,500.
That's not divided. It's
Oh, no.
83.3.
It's 83.3. Okay, and that's your milliliters.
I just want me to show this to you.
Okay.
And that I need that after I leave, or before I leave.
Okay, go ahead and keep it for now, because but unplug, okay? All right, so 83.3 milliliters. Now notice this is a little different from yesterday, because today we're working with milliliters, right, in this flask?
Yes, sir, we're working.
We have the milliliters. Yesterday we worked with what? With liters. Because in the molarity you have to have in liters. Yep, this is the answer for number 1. Okay? But in the molarity by dilution, as long as they're both the same unit, if you're working with liter and V1, then V2 has to be a liter also. If you have milliliters on V1, then you have to have milliliters on V2. Okay? Now, can you look for molarity instead of volume? Mijo, get off the phone. Get off the phone. Okay, can we use which one? Do number 5. Yes? Okay, let's do number 5. Okay. Okay, what's your first given?
100 ml.
Yep. And that's a volume, right? What else is given? A molarity. What's the next thing that's given? Very good. This is a molarity. Okay, which two go together? Very good. That little of right there, the 100 milliliters and the 18 molarity is going to be on the same side. So let's do 18 molarity as an M1 and 100 milliliters as your V1. Okay?
It doesn't matter. Oh, we have to do it in that order?
It has to be on the same side. So if you wanted to make them your M2 and your V2, as long as these two are together, you're good.
Okay.
Okay.
But it has to be M1, and then it can't be V1, VM, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like this is 100. It's coming from up here. 100 milliliters. Okay. So we're looking for our V2, right? And it's going to be in milliliters because our V1 is in milliliters. Yes? Okay. So now that you have everything here, what's your next step? You're going to divide by what? 1.5. Very good. Okay, of your molarity. What you do to one side, I must do on the other side. Okay? This gives me my milliliters. So what's your next thing? You're going to multiply what? Very good. 18 times 100, yes. And then you're going to divide by 1.5. Very good. It's 1,200. Okay. So you have 1,200 milliliters. Okay. All right, where are we stuck? Where do we have questions? What would be your what? I'm sorry, guys. When someone else is talking and we're instructing, it's very rude to be talking over them, okay? I'm sorry. Say that question again because I didn't hear.
What would be the answer besides like 12,000?
It's your milliliters. Your milliliters. Because our volume is going to be either in liter or milliliter. Since your V1 is in milliliters, that's why your V2 is in milliliters. Okay? Very good. Anybody else? What other questions do we have? This is question, yes, number 5. Okay? Are we good?
Do you want to go over all of them?
No, you have to show me your work. All right, we good? Yes? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and post it in case you need them. Right, when you multiplied these two together, because this is going to go kind of like algebra. You want that V1 by itself. So you're going to divide by the 6 molarity because this is my variable. We do that to cancel out. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Very good. Okay? So this cancels out your molarity and it leaves you with the milliliters. So yes, the 0.5 times the 50 gave you the 25. Then 25 divided by the 6 gave you the 4.16 or 4.2 milliliters. And that was your total answer. You see that? Yes? Where do we have a question? We good? We all good? Okay, let's go to the worksheet. Can we look for something in molarity instead of just the volume? Number 5. All right, yeah, we can do that. Okay. If for some reason I have a flask here, and let's say Ms. Jarena left it here, I don't know what the concentration is, right? But I know that she used this product. We can still keep that 6 molarity. And let's say there's like 1.5 liters in there. Okay, I'm just making up a number. That's not what's there, okay? But in here, I see I have 50 milliliters. So that's 0.05 liters, right? Okay, because they have to be the same unit. I need to figure out the molarity. You see how the concentration is what's missing? Anytime they ask you what is the concentration, they're asking what is the molarity. that's missing, okay? So now you're still doing this the same way, except instead of looking for volume, my X is molarity, right? I'm looking for the second molarity. Mijo, can you close that door, please? Because they're interrupting. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Huh? You're going to divide. Very good. By what?
I'm trying to ball.
By the 0.05, right?
You put up a random one. I thought you were talking about
What you do to one side,
something.
you do to the other side. Okay. This is just an example because I just made this up right
Yeah, I
now.
was about to say,
Okay.
doing two, that's why I was like, what the?
No, it's not number 2. It's just an example. Okay? Because on the worksheet, you don't have anything where you're looking for the concentration. The truth is, it is possible for you to actually try to figure out the concentration. Okay? All right, so now 6 molarity times the 1.5 equals, and then what's your next step? You're going to divide, very good, by the 0.05, right, you're just following the formula. Okay, this will give you the molarity. And what is it? 180? Okay, we sure? 0.05 L, yes. So 6 times 1.5,
The one next to the 6M.
6 molarity, 6 times 1.5
Okay.
equals, divide by 0.05. Everybody got 180?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, and that's your molarity. Now, this is not, we just put numbers in. It's not a real problem. Yes? Oh, I thought you were going to ask something. No? Okay, we sure? All right, pick something off of your worksheet and let's do something on the bottom. That way,
I want to make sure I got that.
this one? Okay. Now, guys, yesterday I noticed that when you're doing stuff on short-term memory, on temporary stuff, you're fine. But what's keeping you from knowing what to do is the units. You have to put the unit, you have to know where you are to know where you're going. Okay, it's like trying to put an address on GPS and you only put the number without the street name. Do you know where you're going? Is it going to know where you're going? No, right? The unit, as long as you follow the unit, you're always going to be right. Okay? You have to use your units correctly. Okay.